What is up, Storm fans? It is Bryant Cook, and today I am back again playing Modern Belcher. I uploaded this deck at the end of October, and while the comment section was just chock full of people questioning card choices, I'd like to start this video off just by clarifying these are not my deck lists. When I try a deck, I am copying something from MTG Goldfish, a list that was successful either from a challenge or it went 5-0. These are not my lists, so if you don't see a Pyromancer's Ascension in it, or you don't like the sideboard configuration for destroying artifacts and enchantments, those aren't decisions that I made. I literally just took the most recent list and then played it. So, not my list. So, keep your comments to yourself. Some of you even went as far as to attack me on Twitter. That's not needed. I don't have anything against Pyromancer's Ascension. It just wasn't in the previous list because it wasn't mine. So today I am back and I am playing it. So hopefully you'll all enjoy this one. So the idea is that Pyromancer's Ascension can create a loop with Balged Recovery and a ritual. So that way every time, well, I guess you have to have a Manamorphose in there too. But basically you end up looping rituals with Balged Recovery with Manamorphose in there somewhere, and eventually every iteration makes 1 mana. So you do that until you can make enough mana to Amiria's Call a few times, and that's a way of beating Pithing Needle. In my opinion, that's way too many clicks, but we're going to do it anyway today, or at least maybe we'll do it today. I'm going to hope that I don't have to win around Pithing Needle, but that's the idea here. We're going to be using this Goblin Charbelcher more often than we are Amiria's Call, hopefully. So that's the game plan. The last video, I did comment on how I didn't like how there was 0 copies of Force of Vigor. I made sure to grab a list that had 2 copies in the sideboard today with a single Nature's Claim. This list actually took second in a challenge somewhat recently, so hopefully it's pretty good. And I do enjoy the fact that this list has 4 main deck Pact of Negation. Back in October when I played this deck, there was only the 1 in the main deck, so glad to see that they're up to 4 now. I don't keep up to date with this deck. I'm also not a deck expert, so if I board incorrectly, feel free to let me know in the comments, but this is not an instructional guide on how to play the deck. This is me just trying something out for the second time ever, so you're learning with me. I might not play perfectly, just a heads up. So that's what I have today. It's also interesting to see, the last time that I played this deck, wait, I just realized there's no Blood Moons. So when I played this deck last time, there was 3 main deck Blood Moons. That's where we found the slot for the Pact of Negations. But now we're having Magus and the Moon in the sideboard. I'm guessing because it's more difficult to remove post-board than Blood Moon. That would be my hunch, but I'm not actually sure. So let's see how we do today. Hopefully well. Yeah, so I'll see you in match number 1. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. That said, there's no better way of showing your support than becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks, and we get to keep making combo content. The perks get better and better each level you go up. They also stack. To start off, with our Storm Fan tier, you unlock our private members section of our Discord, which comes with a highlighted user profile and then some awesome badges and emotes for YouTube. Looking for sideboard help? Become a Stormtrooper, our middle tier, for 2 sideboard guides of your deck choice every single month, on top of 50% off donation decks. Did we mention you also get 10% off merchandise from our shop? With our top tier, the Combo Cabal, you get a free donation deck every single month, 15% off merchandise from our shop, early access to private deck lists, and the most valuable perk in my opinion, videos early. That's right, you heard it, early access to all videos. But maybe sweet perk, secret deck list, early access to videos isn't for you, but you'd still like to show your appreciation. Make sure to check out theepicstorm.com/shop for card singles and Storm swag. Please don't forget to use your membership discounts. Finally, if you want to see your combo deck here on this very YouTube channel, make sure to visit theepicstorm.com/donation decks, where all you have to do is attach your TXT file and pick a donation tier. With our Epic tier, you can even join me in a video to showcase your bold brew in person and explain the ins and outs of your strategy. Card availability won't be an issue due to our new sponsor, Card Hoarder. With Card Hoarder, renting is super easy. If you're looking to get into Magic Online online, there isn't a better, more affordable solution than Card Hoarder. Fun fact, you can rent the Epic Storm for 7 tickets a week, which is just a great deal. There are many ways you can support us. Just pick whatever is best for you. In the meantime, let's play some Magic. Welcome to match number 1. We're on the draw. We've opened up 2 lands and 2 Belchers. That said, I don't think this hand is quite good enough. Like, it's not really doing anything. These Recross the Paths aren't that great here. Or even if one of these was a green source, we could use Recross the Paths, but I think we're just better off taking a mulligan here. Okay, so we have the feat. We have a green source for Recross. I think that this hand's probably a keep. And we bottom Treachery? Maybe we bottom a Hazard? Let's keep the Hazard. I don't know. Or let's... It doesn't matter. Alright, so Ragavan. Alright, so we'll play this. So I can cast Hazard next turn to kill Ragavan. I don't know if that's going to be relevant, but it's something we can do. Okay, so we're taking 2 here, falling to 18. Ragavan's going to hit us, and they've picked up a Veilcut Awakening. Not a card I would expect them to cast here, but you never know. Alright, so our opponent has 2 mana. Pyretic Ritual. What are you playing? And they are going to cast the Awakening. I'm not sure what they're playing. Okay. Odd. Let's kill that Ragavan, though. Get out of here. We'll play the Recovery and pass. Okay, so they found land number 2. Another Pyretic Ritual. I don't really know what they're doing. So I can play the Recross the Paths, but I'm worried that they're going to wreck me with this thing. Because I can just put a Belcher on top of my deck and I have 7 mana into Belcher next turn. But I could also just pass and then end step Veilcut for 3. Bottoming these? I don't know. I think I'm probably supposed to just cast Recross here. Okay, so the question is, do I do the Reforge thing? And I think the answer is probably yes. The Reforge, and then Belcher. We're going to need an untapped red source. Okay. And then Pyretic Root. Maybe I want to do the... I probably don't want to do the Infernal Plunge thing. Okay. Reforge. Or not Reforge. Where's the Ironcrag feat? There we go. I'm not an expert at this, so bear with me. Yeah, sorry. I'm just kind of clicking cards at this point. Okay, and then any order for the rest. And we will put that on top. Okay. Please don't punish me. So they're putting a Planeswalker into play. And they missed. Good deal. So, Chalice of the Void? Okay. So we probably want these Force of Vigors then. I wonder if I want Fury. I guess it's pretty free. I'm not going to be casting Pact of Negation versus the mono red deck, right? So we can bring in a couple of Fury here. I don't know if this is a Nature's Claim matchup. Like, what is it hitting? That, because I imagine they're going to try to chalice for... I guess they're probably trying to chalice for 2. Alright, let's board in the claim. So that's 61. I could try to take out the Infernal Plunge package, but I'm not sure if that's correct. Maybe I just only do one Fury. Let's try this out. And we're back for game number 2. Alright, so I have Belcher with a bunch of lands. This is fine. I'm just going to draw Ironcrag Feet and slam Belcher on the table. It'll be fine. That damned Ragavan. Ooh, that was a good one. Yes. So we're going to wait until their combat step to cast the Spike Field Hazard, because if we don't, they can dash another one into play. So that's the idea behind waiting to cast the Spike Field Hazard. Okay, now they have a second land. Yeah, that's something that you're allowed to do. So we're looking for Force of Vigor to blow that up. Yep. Draw. That's pretty good. So we'll put that into play. Tapped. So next turn I can use Recross the Paths. But I can also potentially just cast this Valakut Awakening to bottom some cards. Another Ragavan, okay. Tavern of Souls. I'm not sure which is better, to recross or cast the Valakut Awakening. Because recross gives me guaranteed Force of Vigor, but it's a little bit slow. I wonder if there's a 7-card pile with... There probably is. Okay. So I bet that there's a 7-card pile that wins with recross, so I'm going to go for it. Okay. So the first step is to... Ooh, this can be my green card. Actually, that doesn't work like that. I don't really care about winning the Clash, I guess. So Reforge needs to be our first card. And now we have to come up with enough mana to win while having this green source open. So we want the Nature's Claim. That's going to be card number 1. And then we'll do Belcher as card number 2. So we have the green source here to cast the claim. These 2 lands cast the Reforge. So then we want... Where is it? Why can't I think of the name of this? Shatterskull Smashing. So that's the land we want. Okay, so that's the 3rd card we've selected. And then if we do Pact of the Titan plus Infernal Plunge, that's 5, 6, 7. I think that works. Hope I'm not wrong. I'm just clicking cards at this point. Please forgive me. Okay, so any order? I own a Shield of Emeria. That's scary. We're going to put that on top. And they bottom the Iona. Okay, so they probably don't have the sneak attack creature. I guess that sneak attack creature only said planeswalkers. So they'd be looking to put Luca into Iona. Alright, so it looks like they have the Luca here. Or they're just activating Den of the Bugbear. Okay. So we're going to take... Oh no! I forgot about the Ragavan! Oh no! Oh my. I completely forgot about the Ragavan. They're giving me too much credit here. They're thinking about holding back the Ragavan. I'm just not that intelligent. Oh my. Yeah, they gave me way too much credit here. They assumed that I was smart enough to play around Ragavan, where we all know that's not the case. I'm a dummy. So might as well cast this. Okay, now we'll do this. Still in my draw step. Pretty free to blow up this Sorcerer's Spyglass. And I just have to go to my main phase because I can't cast anything as an instant. So I can play this Shattered Skull Smashing. And now let me count just one more time. So this is 3 mana, 4 mana, 7 mana, win the game. Alright, so we're going to cast this Pact of the Titan, Infernal Plunge, Pyretic Ritual, Ironcrag Feet, Goblin Charbelcher. My opponent assumed that I had a brain. It was their fatal flaw, because we all know that Belcher players can't count, so that's a joke. But yeah, I definitely misplayed there. My opponent respected me when they clearly shouldn't have. Get got or something like that. I'm super lucky. But that's match number 1. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you in the second match. If you haven't joined them already, I would recommend opening up our description down below and joining our 7 social media networks. They're each great in their own way, but I would strongly suggest joining our Discord server. In there, you will find others just like you looking to improve their Storm game and grow as a combo community. If you're a member of our YouTube channel, you should sync your account to Discord to unlock our private member section that has the latest and greatest deck lists, concepts, and much, much more. Let's get back to comboing out. Okay, the second match, and we're on the play. Obosh. So we've opened up a hand here with 1 land and a bunch of mana. I don't think I'm allowed to keep this. I just have to ship it back. This seems reasonable to me. Keep and bottom the Pact. Okay, I think we lead on the Valakut because if we draw Strike it Rich, there's a reason to have an untapped red source. We're playing a tapped green source on turn 1. It doesn't really reward you for anything, I believe. Den of the Bugbear. Into Rags, you got it. Smashing. Alright, we just have to pass here. Next turn, we could likely Shatter Skull Smashing the Ragavan. It'd be better if we drew an untapped red source, but I think no matter what we draw, we likely just want to Ritual out Belcher. So with our opponent revealing Manamorphose here, they get a free draw as long as they are willing to cast the Manamorphose, so they should probably cast it. I don't know what else they're considering here, but it's pretty good for them. Forest. What are you doing? Well, they're going to cast the Manamorphose as expected. Into what? Endurance. I don't care about that. Draw. Alright, let's Lightning Bolt ourselves to 15. Desperate Ritual. Alright, play the Belcher. Do you have an answer? So we're going to take 5 here, going down to 10 life. Pyretic Ritual. It's not the worst reveal for our opponent here. But they've conceded the game anyway. Belcher too strong. Okay, so they're an Endurance Ragavan deck. If I had to take a wild guess, they're probably sort of a Ponza strategy, but I'm not quite sure. I think we want to board in these Force of Vigors just to be careful, I guess I'll say. And then, do we want some number of Fury? I just don't know what else we take out after the packs. Like I said, I'm not an expert with this deck. Sideboarding is pretty difficult. I just don't know. Maybe I just do the 1? I'm not sure. Maybe take out this land for a Fury? I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. Maybe take out a Seagate Restoration? Let's try this out. There's probably a bunch of you that are just screaming at your phones or computer monitors right now, like, what's he doing? You're not allowed to board out lands. Well, I don't know what I'm doing, so bear with me. And here we have a hand that really just wants to, actually this can cast Recross actually. Just needs one more mana. It's a potential turn 2 if I rip Belcher. Let's go. Getting a turn two getting a turn 2 win was something I really wanted to happen in my first video that I never was quite able to do in the art belt, a Blood Moon Panza variant. Okay, so I'll learn how to talk again in this video, I promise. Stumbling on my words right now, but this is definitely Panza. Bone Crusher, okay. Alright, one time. Goblin Charbelcher turn 2 win. Yes! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Turn 2! All we do is turn 2. Ritual. Ritual. Ironcrag Feet. Goblin Charbelcher. Belch, 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 belch. Love to see it. Boom. 2-0. Playing your favorite combo deck in Paper just got so much easier with the Epic Storm Mini Token Pack. You can pick one up at theepicstorm.com/shop for $13. It includes 64 double-sided mini tokens. That's 128 tokens total. And they include 10 black, 10 blue, 10 red, 5 green, 5 white, 3 colorless, 20 storm counters. That means that you can count your way all the way up to 20 for Grape Shot, everyone's favorite Stormwind condition, a Galvanic Relay Exile Indicator, 4 treasure tokens for Strike It Rich, and then 10 monk tokens for our vintage friends. It also has Slime Time Live, Ave Progenitor Ooze tokens with the power and toughness already built in to make playing in Paper so much easier. No fumbling around with dice. We've got you covered. Make sure to go grab those if you're playing Modern. And then Squirrels versus Goblins, Chatterstorm versus Empty the Warrens, the Battle of the Ages. You definitely need 20 Squirrel tokens and 20 Goblin tokens. You're going to love this mini token pack, I promise. And once again, you can grab that at theepicstorm.com/shop. Welcome to match number 3. Unfortunately, we're not on the play this time, but we've opened up a hand that maybe plays some magic. We have a Valakut Awakening as our action spell. I think we can probably just do better on a mulligan. They revealed Luris. Okay, so here we have Ascension, but I don't really know what that's doing here. We have Metamorphose to trigger it potentially. Is that good enough against a Luris deck? Probably not. We go to 5 or rely on the Heart of Pyromancer Ascension. I think 5. So here we have Belcher. Alright, so we have to put 2 on the bottom. Pack can easily go. And then Strike It Rich. So that means on turn 3 we can accelerate into Belcher. I mean, that's the best we have, so we might as well go for it. Really wish that one of these was an untapped land. Okay, so our opponent has played a Scalding Tarn plus Mishra's Bauble, so they're likely a Grixis variant, so these mulligans are going to hurt a lot more. So probably Shadow, if I had to take a wild guess here. And that's brutal. I have a feeling we are getting our first game loss in this video. Womp womp. Okay, so they're drawing their card Art Bauble. Another Belcher? They knew that was there too, so that's kind of disheartening. That means that they must have another discard spell here. Okay, so what do you have in store for turn 2? Just passing. That's odd. Uh-oh. Okay, so they're off of K command right now. Are we actually going to get this? Belcher? Oh my. Untapped land does it. We can raise K command as long as we draw an untapped land. Channeler? Okay, so K command's off the menu now. Oh my, are we going to do it? We're gonna take 1 down to 16. Wow. Belcher? I can't believe we got this. Look at the cards. Look at the cards. Wow. Okay. So I'm not sure if we want Leyline versus Shadow. I mean, how many discard spells do they really have? I think Veil of Summer is just the better card because it also beats their counter magic. I feel like Leyline might be a little bit of a trap here. But I am in the difficult spot of not knowing what to sideboard out right now. Because I don't think I'm allowed to board out the packs. What are you supposed to board out for Veil of Summers? Like, we could look at boarding out the Infernal Plunge package because these are not necessarily the best in matchups where you're trying to be a little bit more controlling. But it does limit the amount of piles you can make with Reforge. And then maybe we can board out this thing. Like, I get it. It's a red tap land that you can maybe build a Reforge pile around. But I think these lands just being untapped matters a little bit more. I'm going to try this. Okay, the second game, our opponent revealed Luris again. Do I want to keep this? I think yes, just because we have Recross. Like, this seems fine to me. Also, do we really want to, like, mulligan into Oblivion against the Thoughtseize Inquisition deck? Included Delta. Blood Crypt. Ragavan, you got it. Draw. Whoops. Draw. Strike it rich. Okay, I think I'm going to cast the Strike It Rich. Sorry, I'm like looking around my mic right now. Because the Strike It Rich, if they don't play a discard spell, it still accelerates me into a potential Recross the Paths, if that's what I want to be doing. But if I need to, I can also Veil of Summer. So it's a little bit of, it's a win-win. Like, if our opponent doesn't have it, sweet. And if they do, that's fine too. Okay, so Ragavan. Desperate Ritual. So I think I messed up in the fact that I should probably be building my piles with against Ragavan decks with double Reforge, which is something I wasn't doing previously. It's just that I wasn't considering Ragavan at all, so that's probably my own fault. All right. Okay, so I'm at 12. I could play it tapped and not have the Veil Summer up, but then I feel like I'm just losing the treasure token if I need to cast Veil. So I'd rather Lightning Bolt myself than lose the treasure token. Okay, so Ragavan getting in, we're going to fall to 10 life. You can have an Ironcrag feat. Bobble. What is this? Triple black. Quadruple black. I will attempt to cast Veil of Summer here. You normally don't see that out of these decks. I wonder if I should cast the Valakut Awakening. Probably not. Draw. Seagate. So if I play an untapped land here, so this is my fear. If I play an untapped land, I go to 7, so then I'm dead to Lightning Bolt. But if I play a tap land, and then I play Recross, I lose the treasure token. And next turn I'm starting off. Then I'm starting off at 6 life, and I have to play an untapped land anyway. I just don't know what to do here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cast Valakut Awakening. Put some of these lands on the bottom. Actually, let's just make it a draw 5. Why not? What could potentially go wrong here? Nothing. Let's kill the rags. And play this. So that didn't really work out all that well, if I'm being completely honest. I was sort of hoping to draw into action. Maybe I was supposed to just keep the Recross the Paths and just accept being dead to a few removal spells, I'm not sure. Or I guess I should say burn spells, not removal spells. We're going to fall to 8 life. And land number 3. Draw. Sure, let's cast Reforge. They're trying to counterspell already. They can't do it quite yet. We'll cast it though. They can use their counterspell. Okay, and I think we just play the Churn Timber. Pass the turn. Getting pretty low on life. Assuming that I draw a blank on my turn, I'm probably going to get back the Reforge, but it doesn't feel like a winning strategy to me. I could also consider get back the Veil of Summer. They have Thoughtseize. Maybe I should be boarding in Leyline. I just don't know. It feels like too much having Veil of Summer, Leyline, and Pact, because Pact beats the Veils. Or did I say the Veils? The Drown and the Locks. Pretty good for them. Okay, so that makes this 4. So this is lethal on their next attack step. I don't think I stand a chance anymore. I'd have to draw Reforge into the win. And a Shadow. Yep. You got me. Alright, so next game. I don't know, maybe I am supposed to just have the ley lines in the deck. Do I just like take out Ironcrag Feet? Is that like a thing I'm allowed to do? Just try to be a slightly smaller deck? Maybe take out the Ascension? Or I think I'm probably supposed to leave at least one Ironcrag for a Reforge pile. Take out one of these. I just don't know. So we're going to try this out. It might be too much, but I wasn't given a sideboard guide, so I'm just figuring things out as I go. Alright, so this is game number 3 against Shadow. We've gotten our first game loss, but let's hope it's not our first match loss. Alright, so we have Leyline into Belcher. I think that this is a keep. Pretty good 7 if you ask me. Okay, reveal our Leyline. And we're going to play the Valakut first. Whoops. Gotta play it as a land. Because that allows us to potentially cast this Spikefield Hazard. Right now we're looking at a turn 4 win with turn 3 casting Belcher. I don't know, maybe I just let them have Ragavan if they play it. I'm not sure. Okay, Blood Crypt. And they have the turn 1 Ragavan, so now we have to ask ourselves a tough question. If we don't draw a land here, do I cast the Spikefield? So now I can cast Belcher. But if they have K command, I just get destroyed. And I can't even activate Belcher next turn. That said, I do get underneath a Drown in the Lock. Let's go for it. We're just going to accelerate into Belcher. Let's hope I don't get punished. Belcher's in play. Targeting themselves with Bobble, classic. And we sort of are just at the mercy of our opponent here. Ragavan getting in, we'll fall to 15. And we're looking to draw an untapped land. Manamorphose, didn't want that anyway. I guess that's good for them though, because it is a free draw. So they'll cast the Manamorphose here. Yep. 2 mana. Is it Croxa? No, I don't want to see 3 mana. No. Don't do this to me, not like this. I don't like this pause because now they're selecting modes. Ah, damn. They just had it the whole time. Alright, so we're going to kill the Ragavan. So now what we need to do is build up to 5 mana for the Reforge and hope that the Reforge also resolves. That was heartbreaking. And Shadow. I don't think we're going to get this anymore. That's a bummer. That's the turn. Yeah, I just think we're too far away. Progressive iteration. Okay. So they're probably just looking for a fetch land here so that way they can grow their Death Shadow. And they found one. Okay, clock's getting thin. It's a 7/7. They likely have lethal next turn. While holding up and drowning in the lock. Alright, I'm going to cycle this Veil of Summer. I just don't have a... Like, what are we going to do? Draw. Yeah, we're just dead here. Yeah, what am I doing? Alright, so we lost. Bummer. It happens. 2-1. Let's just see if we can win the rest. Hey, you're still watching. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. If you're looking to make a purchase from Card Hoarder, TCG Player, or Amazon and are looking to support us, you can open up our description down below, and in there you will find our affiliate links. Those same links are found on the homepage of the Epic Storm. But that's not all. We've included a Card Hoarder button on our website that will load the Epic Storm in your Card Hoarder cart to make life simple for you. Okay, the fourth match. Once again, we're on the draw against a Lurrus of the Dream Den gamer. Here, it's sort of an interesting hand, in my opinion, because we have turn 1 Valakut Awakening into turn 2 Striker Rich, and then on turn 3 we can go Pyretic, Morphos, potentially cast Ironcrag. The question is our opponent on Hammer Time, or are they on the deck that we just faced? So this hand against Hammer Time still has a somewhat reasonably quick win if we can draw Belcher. I think I'm going to chance this hand and try it out. And our opponent's gone to 5, which probably tells me that they're on Hammer Time. Okay, let's see. It is in fact Hammer Time. Good start for the opponent. That was a good draw for us, I think. So let's go to 17. Whoops. I keep on misclicking on that. I'm not trying to cast you. All right, we're going to play you. And then just cast the Strike It Rich. Okay, so we need to draw an action spell. We can maybe cast this Valakut Awakening, but it's sort of a slow line against a deck like Hammer Time. Stoneforge Mystic for Hammer. Pretty scary. Let's draw Belcher off the top rope. Let's go. Draw. So if I play this untapped, I go to 14. Pretty safe life total. And if I whiff on these Morphoses, I can still cast the Valakut Awakening. Alright, so first one, we are looking for Belcher. Come on, I would love another turn 2. Let's go. Recross the Paths, so I'd have a guaranteed win next turn. So if I go Pyretic, that's 4 mana into Valakut Awakening floating 1. I've already played an untapped land. Yeah, I can't win this turn. So I think the best thing to do here is just cast the Recross. Can I do both? I don't think so. I'd have to draw a ritual off of the Velvet Awakening to do both. Yeah, there's just no good way of doing this, I think. So let's just cast the Recross. Oh no. So I just realized something. They hit me with Hammer next turn. Oh no. No, I was right. So if they hit me with Hammer, this doesn't work. Because even if I do the Pact of the Titan Infernal Plunge, I need an untapped red source. I think I just lost to myself here. Yeah, I can't win. Yeah, I would need an untapped land that doesn't deal me damage. Wow, why didn't I see that? That feels bad. Okay, so we just lost. That hurts. Okay, so moving on, let's just focus on getting the rest of these. Get rid of these packs. Breeze, definitely a card we're interested in here. I have to find one more card to take out. I think we could probably just take out like a Seagate. Let's try this out. Oh, that felt really bad not seeing that until after I cast the Recross the Paths. A little bit more experience, and I think I would have seen that. So I think the right play there was to cast the Velvet Awakening then. Okay, game number 2, we're on the play. Polaris has been revealed. So we have a bunch of removal in our hand. We have Force of Vigor, we have Fury, we have the Spikefield Hazard. But I don't think I'm supposed to keep this. Like, what does this hand do? It's not a good keep. Am I supposed to keep this? I don't know. Maybe bottom the Hazard? Ready to draw Belcher? Alright, so we're just going to play this and pass the turn. Like, you could argue that maybe I was supposed to bottom the Ironcrag, but because it doesn't play well with Reforge the Soul. The downside of that line is that if you were to draw Belcher, you no longer have an easy win. Good start for the opponent. And we're just going to pass here. Inkmoth Nexus, 3 cards in hand, another Esper Sentinel. So if we were to draw Belcher, we have a win right now. So let's just go ahead and draw Goblin Charbelcher. Come on, deck. Be good to me. That is not being good to me. Maybe we just play this tapped and pass. In theory, I could Ritual into Reforge right now, but I don't really want to make that play. I mean, I could. I just don't think that's what I want to be doing. We're just going to pass. Sigarda's Aid. That's scary. And Needle. So we have Force of Vigor in our deck. I did not board in the Nature's Claim. I guess that's an oversight on my part. Yep. I think my odds of winning just drastically went down. Okay. Draw. I mean, what good does that do me? Like, I don't have the Nature's Claim in my deck, so I think I just have to wait to draw Force of Vigor now, and then use that as the green card. Silent Clearing. Yeah, like, it's probably wrong of me not to not board in the Nature's Claim. I wasn't thinking about Needle when I was, because, like, I could have left a Fury in the board. They left back the Sentinel, so I don't know what that means. Like, maybe they're trying to put Luris in their hand? Or what are you representing for 2 mana? I don't know. You're trying to draw another card off clearing, is that it? Commando, sure. Yeah, I don't think I'm winning this. Although Fury could buy quite a bit of time. That hurts. So I think we want to kill the commando and then pay the tax. If they've been slow rolling a hammer this entire time, they've got me. Okay. That was weird. And then Thoughtseize resolves. Probably takes the Reforge. Took Recross the Paths. And another drum. Okay. So they took that. I mean, I get it. Another ritual. So I could cast the Reforge floating 2 with a land drop, but I don't know how I ever beat Sigarda's Aid. I'm just dead to a hammer at any point. You know what? Let's just party. It's fine. I'm not going to win this game anyway. I might as well have some fun. Alright, so we're going to do this, and now we will splice our ritual. Okay. Desperate Ritual. I'm sorry, floating 3. We hit the Belcher, but that doesn't do anything here. We didn't even hit a Force of Vigor. This is honestly just kind of stinky. So I think I'm going to go for the miracle play here of just play out Belcher and then hope that I draw a Force of Vigor for my draw step and then upkeep, blow up the needle, belch them on the following turn. I just don't think I'm winning. The odds that they didn't find a hammer off this are so slim. Sure, you can have a Urza Saga. And now you know I don't have a Force of Vigor, so you can just murder me. Our opponent's doing that thing where they intentionally play cards from different sets, which is just like giving out free information. I noticed that with the Springleaf drums earlier, and then the Thoughtseizes just sort of confirmed it. Would not recommend this path. Granted, they are a wise wizard who is beating me right now, and then just won the match. That said, you are giving away free information by doing that. I cannot recommend doing this in the future. So, bummer. We're 2-2. There's one round left to go. Maybe I'll make less players in that one. Who knows? But this deck is fun to play, so I've got that going on for me. If you're looking for more great Magic the Gathering content, definitely check out the Eternal Glory podcast. It is myself, Bryant Cook, alongside Brian Koval and Phil Gallagher. We primarily discuss Legacy. That said, a lot of what we talk about transcends all formats. We're available on all major podcast platforms. The fifth and final round, we are on the play. Let's just try to finish this with a positive record. Luris of the Dream Den. So we are 0-2 against Luris deck so far. We've opened up this Pyromancer's Ascension. We have 2 lands. 3 lands, I'm sorry. I guess we keep it. I'm not in love with this hand, but it's probably fine. Playing the Valakut and just passing the turn. Brushland. So is this Scales? Is that what it's called? Harden Scales? So I think I'm just playing the Recross here. Or I'm sorry, the Ascension here. Next turn I'll bolt myself and play Recross the Paths most likely. Okay, so you have a Saga. Module, sure. Draw. Okay, so let's Ritual, and then we can Morphos. This saves us 3 life. Green, red. Now we get to add a counter onto Ascension, so that worked out well. Always yes. Okay. Red, green. Pretty free here to cast the Striker Rich. And then Recross the Paths. With the other Reforge on top. And then we're going to want the Infernal Plunge stuff. So where's the, what is it called? The Pact, there it is. Put a Belcher in there. Heretic Ritual that's in the graveyard, so let's add one of those. Morphos. We're not going to end up needing the Iron Crag. Walking Ballista, okay. And then I'm going to play out the Shattered Skull. I could play it untapped and then try to kill the Ballista with the trigger on the stack from this. But it just seems sort of counterproductive in my opinion. Alright, so Inkmoth Nexus. Next turn, we're finally going to get to go ballistic with Pyromancer Ascension in play. Kind of cool. Draw, yes. I would like to cast that. Okay. Storm 1. Play this Pact. Play Plunge. Ritual, and this is going to add a second counter onto Ascension. So now everything is copied. Ooh. We can cancel this. Splice these. And I believe that's going to make a bajillion mana because when you splice it attaches onto the spell, I believe. Yeah, I was correct. So we just made 12 mana that way. And I always guess that. There we go. Yes. Roughly infinite mana. Play this Morphos. We'll add some green. Okay. Let's add some blue mana. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll draw a Seagate. Okay. This is so much fun. Blue, white. White, green. Belcher. I mean, this is how you belch, right? Wait. We're 1 mana short. No, I'm not. There you go. Alright, so hold priority. Belch them. Hold priority. Belch them. Hold priority. Belch them. Now, that is worthy of a screenshot. So forgive me while I do this, but I would like that. Oh, that's awesome. Love it. That was so cool. Can't say I've ever done that before. Alright, so we probably don't need these against the Harden Scales deck. We'll board in the Force of Vigors, the Nature's Claim this time after not doing it against Hammer Time, and then the Furies. And I think I will board out a Seagate here. I can't help but if you're supposed to do both and then bring in all three, but I'm just going to try this out. This seems fine to me. If we draw an Ironcrag feat, we could have a pretty quick Belcher win. Jar, sure. Another jar. From 3, pretty impressive. Okay, so I think we're supposed to just play the cave here and pass the turn. Next turn we'll play a tap land plus Strike It Rich. Stirring. Walking Ballista. This thing gets very large quickly. Back to the Titan. Alright, so I think we play Striker Rich. And whoops, didn't mean to click that. Plus this. Pass the turn. Next turn we can just play Belcher. Well, I guess next turn they have Saga. So maybe we just need to recross? Maybe I was supposed to play recross that turn. Maybe I just messed this up. Alright, so I want to draw Force of Vigor now, I think. Alright. So it's awkward having... Well, I guess I can Pact on my upkeep because it's an instant, so that's actually not too bad. Let's play this out. Strike it rich. Whoops. No, please don't cast. Okay. Then play this. Okay, so we want to start on Reforge. Let's put the claim on our pile. We want the plunge. Belcher. Ooh, they have the welding jars. Uh-oh. I can't undo. Sad Pyromancer Ascension. Let's see if I can somehow pull off a win using that. Pyretic Ritual. Strike it rich. Strike it rich. Morphos. Morphos. I think we just have to put a bunch of Morphos in there. Okay, and then the call. Put a Balgad somewhere in there. I don't really know what I'm doing. So fun fact. But we're gonna have some fun here, hopefully. Probably good enough for now. Brushland. Okay, so let's see what happens here. I forgot all about the jars when I started that. Hopefully it doesn't cost me. Also, I just have to hope that I'm not dead here. There's a chance that I'm just dead. Wait, did they really just fail to find? Maybe they got the Ozolith? I might have messed that up. But I think I'm just dead here with the Ballista. Because they can just make a really large creature, attack for 9, and then move everything to Ballista and kill me. Yeah, I'm dead here. Wait, they sacked the Ravager? So, okay, so they're all going to go here, then the Ballista gets large. Or that works too. Okay. So, stuff happens, it's fine. Let's try that again. I think I probably could have played that a little bit better. I could have accelerated into a turn 2 Recross the Paths, and I didn't. So maybe I was playing too conservatively. This seems fine. We have Force of Vigor, we have Recross. Like, this is okay. It could be better, because right now I have to use the Morphos to cast the Recross, but this is fine enough. I'm gonna go into 5 cards. Okay, whoops. Play the Valakut Awakening and pass the turn. Brushland pass. Field Hazard. Let's play another Valakut. Spire of Industry. Into what? Something I can kill with Spikefield Hazard? That is something I can kill with Spikefield Hazard. I said die. Boom. Draw. Okay, so let's cast a Morphos here. Green, red. Another Force of Vigor. Okay, and now we recross. Make this a little bit larger so you can see. Reforge. And then let's do the Infernal Plunge package. Pact of the Titan. Belcher. Ritual. Ironcrag Feet. Let's put a Nature's Claim in there. Why not? Morphos. Belcher. Reforge. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm just clicking. But we should be good here. Right. Ravager's their top card. Good deal. And we have double Force of Vigor up. Sure, you can have a needle. You're going to need more than that to stop me this time. And they're passing. Let's blow up that needle. Okay, so yes, I'd like to reveal this. It's a miracle. And I will attempt to cast Reforge the Soul. Alright, so just to confirm, Pact of the Titan, Ritual Feat. That'll do. Sacrifice the Giant. And our opponent has conceded. So we finished this 3-2. That's not a bad result. Especially considering I didn't know what to do in a bunch of matchups. So deck seems strong. I mean, I would probably do better with the Cyborg Guide because that was my biggest weakness with this deck. Like, I just don't know how you board in a bunch of cards when you're boarding a Pact of Negation. Like, how do you board in Fury, Nature's Claim, and Force of Vigor? Like, I don't know. And against the black decks, how do you board in Leyline and Veil Summer against Grixis while keeping in Pact of Negation for their counter spells? Like, these things don't make sense to me. Maybe I'm just not good with the deck, who knows. But thank you for watching. This was a fun league. I would certainly play this deck again. Keep storming. Have a great day. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.